The state offering additional funding to help with red tide cleanup, while Manatee County is getting significantly more money than Sarasota County.
Manatee County says how they're using funds from the state, and I'm here at one of the places that is affected the hardest by red tide.
And we'll show you why law enforcement is looking for the man in this video. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 6.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Topping our news at 6, 160 tons in the last 3 weeks. That's the amount of dead fish that has been cleaned up in Manatee County because of red tide. And
more than half of that came just from Anna Maria Island. ABC 7's Jackie Kelly is there now with how the county is dealing with red tide. Jackie?
Scott, Jacqueline, the county says they're trying their best to control the effects of red tide, but they also say that you can't control Mother Nature. Some beaches on Anna Maria Island nearly empty as cleanup crews attempt to remove dead sea creatures from the sand. The red tide not only hitting the beaches, but also residential areas, clogging up many people's backyard canals. This has caused the county to step into private property.
What we see is an unprecedented response from a local government to go into those residential areas through the use of our contractor that's able to get in there.
The county using part of the State Department of Environmental Protection's $750,000 grant to do so.
A large bulk of that is going to be going straight to our contractor for these residential cleanups in the residential canals and waterways, and then also to offset the staff and labor costs of the beach cleanups.
But local fishing guide Captain Scott Moore says because no one knows how long the red tide will last, he doesn't know how far that money will go.
And I hope the money doesn't run out, because there could be more issues.
Moore, who's a lifelong Manatee County resident, says he hasn't seen a bloom this bad in a while. And even though he says he still has customers come out and fish with him, he has to take them out a further distance to avoid the red tide.
It does hurt me, because you know what it's going to do? It's going to make me pay more for fuel, because I might have to run way up in Tampa Bay. That's $100 more. It affects everybody.
At the end of the day, Manatee County says it's hard to push back on Mother Nature.
It could be a long situation, and there are limited resources, but for the time being, this effort's going to continue at the pace that we're going.
The county also says they started a red tide hotline where residents can call in and report any fish kills that they find from the red tide. Reporting live on Anna Maria Island, Jackie Kelly, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Jackie, thank you. Meanwhile, people on the Suncoast trying to help clean up the dead fish and debris from the red tide. Today, more than 50 volunteers showed up at the Palmasola Causeway to help clean up along the coast. Melissa Nell with Manatee County Parks and Natural Resources say areas like the Palmasola Bay need special attention compared to beaches when it comes to red tide cleanup efforts.
Especially here in particular, this site had a lot of fish. We've seen just a pretty big collection, I guess you could say, of marine life.
Another cleanup will take place tomorrow morning from 7:30 to 9 a.m. at Perico Preserve.
The Florida Department of Environmental Protection is providing an additional $3 million in grant money to help with the red tide cleanup. Manatee County will receive $750,000 from the DEP. Sarasota County will only get $100,000. This funding is in addition to the $3 million grant program launched in July by DEP for counties that have been impacted by blue-green algae. We spoke to state officials who say the funding is distributed based on requests, and Manatee County requested more money for cleanup than Sarasota County.
Lawmakers will hold a conversation this weekend to address the red tide problem in Sarasota. State Representatives Margaret Good and Joe Gruters are hosting a joint town hall from 3 to 4:30 in the afternoon on Saturday to hear concerns about the red tide. That will take place at Suncoast Technical College's Conference Center on Beneva Road.
And one of the issues the two lawmakers will likely discuss is red tide's negative effect on the local economy. Many waterfront restaurants are struggling right now. Business is down at Pop's Suncoast Grill in Nokomis Beach as the smell of dead fish continues to keep people away from the coast.
We've had complaints of coughing and, tightness in their chest and some scratchiness. I think everybody has it, but more or less it's the smell that just discourages everybody. And, you can look at the water, it's totally brown. It's not the normal teal color that it traditionally is around here for us.
Travis says the usual lunch crowd has been cut in half since red tide hit the area.
And just a reminder, you can check out all of our coverage on the red tide outbreak. Just head over to our website, mysuncoast.com.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan has just taken a look at the latest report from the Florida Fish and Wildlife. Here he is with that update, Bob.
This is the midweek report. It's not a full-blown report that comes out Friday in the afternoon, but this is the latest in the graphic provided by the FWC. And one thing to note on here is the red markers indicate 1 million cells per liter. And that red is spotty all across Lee County and into Charlotte County. A little less right there at Charlotte Harbor. But notice in Sarasota, the reds go all the way through it and even into Manatee County, all the way up into central Manatee County. And then even into Pinellas now. Third week in a row, Pinellas is now showing at least a hint on the low end of red tide. So that means it is spreading. The area that you see here is the satellite imagery provided by FWC of the red tide. And you can see a rather large area, even offshore, about 10 miles. Now we are looking at this to stick around too. As far as the concentrations go, you can see very low is white and yellow is low. And that is basically up near Pinellas County, but it's just starting to darken up there. Talked to Captain Scott Moore this morning saying that the water color has changed now indeed north of Manatee Avenue, which it hadn't been earlier. Now, as far as what we do know, it's growing from 130 miles from the last report along the west coast of Florida to 145 miles now. And it is not weakening. It's staying the same in some areas, or actually getting a little higher. And it's spreading to Pinellas. And the smell of decaying fish now, not the red tide, actual red tide, is now east of I-75, getting reports from some folks there. That's mainly due to the west winds that are occurring, blowing that smell all the way inland. We're going to see more of that west wind too. We'll have more of that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Now to a developing story out of Northport. A suspect in custody tonight after a 3-hour standoff with police. This is a picture of the scene just moments ago. Police say the man ran from them and then barricaded himself inside a home on Cuthbert Avenue. Police immediately surrounded that home and set up detours for drivers. They do not believe that man was ever a danger to the public.
New at 6, a warning to keep your cars locked at night. Another warning. Manatee County Sheriff's deputies looking for the man in this surveillance video seen breaking into several unlocked vehicles. Deputies say these videos were taken last night at the Country Oaks subdivision, which is off Lockwood Ridge Road, just north of University Parkway. Deputies say this man is responsible for several burglaries in that area. He's described as about 6 foot tall, white, with a tattoo on his left arm and another on his right calf. Anyone with information should call Manatee County Crime Stoppers, and also remember to lock your doors.
New details tonight of a fire at a sports authority in Bradenton that we told you about less than an hour ago. A suspect has been arrested tonight for theft and criminal mischief. Manatee County Sheriff's deputies say Robert James III was trying to steal copper wiring when that fire started. He was burned and transported to the hospital. Firefighters say they received a call of a structure fire this afternoon in the main electrical feed inside that building. 4 fire engines responded to the scene, but that fire was out before crews moved in to contain it.
Primary elections are less than a week away now, and candidates and political groups are making their final push for support. The goal is not only to make people aware of the primaries and the issues, but to get as many voters to the polls as possible. Both parties at various locations in Sarasota County encouraging people in the community to vote. They're doing their part, looking to get record numbers for these primaries.
There are 38,000 more Republicans here in Sarasota County registered than Democrats. So we realize that we need to get every Democrat to the polls.
We're doing lots of canvassing, door-to-door efforts. We have 4 headquarters open. You see TV ads, radio ads. Everything is trying to drive the message home that people should get up and go vote.
Primary election day next Tuesday, August 28th. And remember, polls will be open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, for the first time in years, 3 local school boards meet to talk about the issues they have in common.
Plus, the latest on a Sarasota-based travel agency that owes millions of dollars to customers after shutting down.
Every day, we take steps to keep the people we love safe, but some health risks are easy to miss. ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
Like no other. So why should your choices be ordinary? Ghibli, the absolute opposite of ordinary.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TruStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Rugs As Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The Hot Summer Savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs As Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
For the first time in years, Sarasota, Manatee, and Charlotte County school boards met to talk about the issues that each district is facing.
Together, board members put their heads together at sharing solutions to problems and identifying more ways to bring resources from Tallahassee into their classrooms. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live in Bradenton this hour, where those boards met. And Jess, what came out of today's meeting?
Well, Jacqueline or Scott, believe it or not, the conversation did not revolve around school security, but instead many other issues that these districts are facing. The three boards came up with a list of issues that they plan to take to lawmakers. The boards seemed to agree that special needs students should be exempt from the Florida Standards assessments. Also, that career and technical education needs more funding from the state. Representatives from Manatee, Sarasota, and Charlotte counties say they want the safe school and law enforcement funding from last year to continue in the future. The boards also recognized a need for more VPK or voluntary pre-K funding to push students to enroll. The plan now is to put a list together of the priorities discussed today. Then the group will put a legislative packet together for lawmakers after election season.
We agreed to combine for these efforts our respective lobbyists that we've retained so that we have a much more, we have a stronger local voice in Tallahassee.
In the past, these three boards have met every year. However, they did not meet last year, and there were no plans today that they discussed for meeting in the future. Reporting live in Bradenton, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jess, thank you.
Yeah. All right, you were talking earlier about the smell. It's it's going.
It's really bad. I was over
I don't know
by
if
the
it's
mall
Arcadia
today.
yet,
Right,
but
man.
yeah, it's
I thought maybe it was just like some bad sewage or something,
Right.
but I mean, you said with that wind, it's
Yeah,
really
west
picking
wind.
up.
Yeah, west wind is going to continue to do that tomorrow too. So if you smelled it today, more likely you're going to smell it again tomorrow. Here's what's going on with the latest. Vanway's a webcam showing some clouds around this afternoon and some showers briefly moving through Longboat Key, Lido, and Siesta Key, also downtown Sarasota. See the lens there getting a little bit wet at times, but most of that rain is now east and weakening. We are looking at some bigger storms well inland. The weather headlines read like this for us. Isolated coastal showers are still possible this evening. That west wind, unfortunately, it will continue throughout the day tomorrow. So, as I said, east of I-75, already people reporting some of that nasty smell. Back to late day storms for the weekend, meaning showers and storms returning from the central part of the state toward the west coast late in the day. And those always have a tendency to be a little stronger and have a lot more lightning with them. So we're going to see that happening. The front that's to our north, the cold front, now stationary. We have a trough of low pressure over north central Florida. A lot of dry air behind this, but we're staying in the moist sector. We'll have a warm and muggy evening, and with that high pressure down to our south, that west wind will continue, and it looks like it will keep everything right along the shoreline too. As far as the dead fish go, the flow tomorrow will once again be along west-facing coastlines. So west-facing coastlines in the bay. Will have a tendency to have a little bit more flow of fish in your direction, the dead fish. Heavy storms in the inland areas and near Sebring and also into eastern portions of Hardee and DeSoto counties. A little bit of light rain still lingering near Osprey. Not much going on, but these showers will pop up occasionally. It'll be very isolated. We could still see a little activity this evening, but not much. Looks like most of the storms winding down East Florida and into Central Florida. Here comes the morning, though. Showers and storms are possible along the coast, and especially as the sun rises, a few will work their way onshore. A better chance of that happening today or tomorrow than it did today. And then the heavier storms into Central and East Florida. Now, things will start to transition on Friday. You'll see that. We'll see a little bit more southeasterly wind coming back into play down to our south. There's still a chance of a few coastal showers the morning here on Friday. But this is a transition back to that east to southeasterly wind, which is fairly typical this time of year. That dry air staying to our north, a lot of dry air to the southeast of us will stay. Fairly moist here in our region, fairly dry throughout the Caribbean and the Atlantic. Very inactive hurricane season. Let's hope it stays that way, although we could use a little low in the Gulf of Mexico to kind of stir things up, hopefully. This is not a little low. This is an intense major Category 5 hurricane earlier today. Lane is now down to a 4, but a strong 4, a high-end 4 at 155 mile-an-hour winds. There are hurricane warnings up for the southeastern portion of the islands there and throughout much of central Hawaii. The center line, by the way, crosses not over land, but you know it can sometimes follow this outer line as well. They are still going to get impacts of heavy flooding and a possibility of mudslides and also flash flooding as well as surf up to 25 to 30 foot high. Crashing the shores there. West to southwest winds 5 to 10 knots, and we'll have a light chop out there for boaters. No east component at all. We'll see scattered morning showers on Thursday, anytime during the day on Friday. Back to late day, afternoon, and evening thunderstorms approaching the coast from inland areas both Saturday and Sunday. And that pattern is expected to stick around, it looks like, through Wednesday of next week. So we'll get back into our typical afternoon and evening storms beginning mainly this weekend. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. An update on a story we first brought to you back in November on a travel agency that owed customers millions of dollars when it shut down. Now, Florida's Attorney General Pam Bondi has filed legal action against that company. They say Legendary Journeys, which had 11 offices throughout Florida, owes more than $3 million to people nationwide and that they did not have enough money to pay back creditors. The lawsuit says that the company also took all of this money that was supposed to be used for vacation packages and used it to pay for personal expenses and to make extra payroll distributions. Over 800 people have lost thousands of dollars and vacations of a lifetime.
I think the only thing that might have triggered something, when we didn't think about it until later, they wouldn't take a credit card for the deposit. They definitely wanted a check. And see, if we would have paid with a credit card, we could have gotten the money back.
The Attorney General's office filed that claim to make sure all customers receive full refunds and that the owners of Legendary Journeys can never operate a travel agency again. Stay with us.
When we come back, we're going to introduce you to a cat named Garbage that's become a local celebrity.
Tonight, historic fallout after twin legal bombshells. The president's former fixer pleading guilty, implicating the president. His former campaign chairman convicted. How will Washington respond? World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
Temperatures are rising and the deals are heating up during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota. Get KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for just $22,999. Or save big and get the new Chrysler 300 Touring with an MSRP over $30,000 for just $21,999. That's a savings of over $8,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota today.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
I'm Anne. I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me and me help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
what could be treasure.
Pal's my most advanced android. This is awesome. You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
Game on, Suncoast. Get scores and highlights from the area's top high school matchups on Football Friday night, just after the news at 11:15. Sponsored by your local Honda dealers.
Well, although his name might fool you, Garbage the cat is an attraction for the Circle K store in Northport. Garbage is well liked in the area and gets food from both workers and a number of customers. Employees say Garbage has called the area home around the grocery store for at least 8 years. Although he usually sits on top of the ice chest outside of the front door, Garbage is known to hide to avoid the heat. He's pretty cute. I liked him. What a nice name, too.
Yeah. Nobody likes the name that much, but yeah, it was nice sitting on top of the ice. Call it Cool Cat, you know, just trying to stay cool. We are looking at a few showers and a few storms, mainly inland right now. Not bad, some clouds around. And it's going to stay pretty warm, though, through the evening.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Thank you for joining us. World News Tonight with David Muir is coming up next.
We'll see you again at 7 and 11. Have a good night.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Get more for your money during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Sunset Subaru. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Outback is an IIHS top safety pick for 10 years running. Lease a new Subaru Outback today for just $249 a month or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system could make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now, SoClean.com has released the world's first automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs and bacteria. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer, risk-free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
The SoClean works, and it's a really effective product, and I couldn't believe how easy it was to use.
SoClean works on all popular CPAP machines and masks, destroying CPAP germs and bacteria without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and walk away. Voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited-time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
Imagine a world filled with pillow fights, playgrounds, and the search for the perfect climbing tree. Every kid deserves that world, but 1 in 5 kids in America struggle with hunger. At No Kid Hungry, we're committed to creating a world where every kid eats healthy food every day. We raise funds, we help families, and we lift up communities.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
I'll be right back. Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
Every time you purchase a fishing license or register your boat, you're helping to preserve our nation's coastlines, lakes, rivers, and streams, protecting memories for generations to come. Learn how your participation in boating and fishing can help the environment at takemefishing.org/conservation.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real.
You can recover.
It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help.
I thought I was too far gone. I wasn't.
Join the Voices for Recovery.
The world is a beautiful place again.
For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral for mental and substance use disorders for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP.
The body, it is a work of art and a powerful ally in the fight against cancer. A new approach called immunotherapy works by helping our immune system correctly identify and eradicate many types of cancer cells. Speak with your doctor and visit su2c.org/immunotherapy to learn more. Your body might just be your greatest hope.